Hey everyone, today we're diving into a pretty eye opening topic, the idea that maybe, just maybe, our thoughts and feelings aren't as private as we think they are. With all this talk about algorithms and data collection, it raises a big question. Are corporations and the government secretly harvesting our minds? It sounds like something out of a sci fi movie, right? But stick with me. This is something that affects all of us living in today's tech driven world. Let's break it down together. So, let's start with what we mean by thought harvesting. It's not about planting ideas in your head, but more about how your personal thoughts and feelings are being tracked and collected by various systems. Every time we scroll through social media, use an app, or even just browse the web, we're generating data. This data gets analyzed by algorithms to figure out who we are, what we like, and even what we might do next. Think about those targeted ads that pop up right after you've thought about buying something. Corporations are super interested in this data because it helps them sell us more stuff. They aren't the only ones, though. The government is also keen to tap into this pool of information. Now, let's talk about some of the big players in this whole scene, like the NSA and major corporations. The NSA has a reputation for keeping an eye on us, right? They have tools that can gather tons of data from various sources, often without us even knowing it. On the flip side, corporations collect our data through social media platforms, websites, and even our smartphones. Think about it. Every post you like, every time you check in somewhere, all of that feeds into these algorithms. Companies like Facebook, Google, and Amazon are at the front lines of this data collection game, turning our personal experiences and feelings into digital gold. So it's not just about trends or what's popular, it's about understanding us on a deeper level. Now, all this raises some pretty serious questions about legality and ethics. Is it even okay for these companies to collect our data without asking? In many cases, it isn't, or at least it shouldn't be. Laws like the GDPR in Europe are trying to keep things in check by giving people more control over their data. But here in the US, things can be a bit murky. We may click accept on those terms and conditions without reading them, giving up our rights without even realizing it. It's not just about privacy, it's about autonomy. The idea that we should have a say in how our thoughts and feelings are used in algorithms is crucial, and it's something more people need to discuss. Let's sprinkle in some personal stories. I've spoken with people who feel like their lives are being watched, and it's honestly pretty unsettling. Imagine scrolling through social media only to see ads for products you were just thinking about buying. It makes you wonder, who else is paying attention to those thoughts? Some folks have even reported feeling anxious or paranoid, thinking their conversations aren't private. These stories aren't just whispers in the wind. They highlight a growing concern among us about privacy and the lengths corporations and governments might go to in the name of data collection. So, what's the end game here? It's about more than just selling you products. It's about understanding patterns and potentially controlling narratives. Collected data can influence political campaigns, social policies, and even public opinions. When corporations and governments have access to our personal thoughts, it raises alarm bells about manipulation. Are we just passive participants in a larger agenda that leans towards surveillance and control? These questions merit a serious conversation and challenge us to think critically about our involvement in this digital age. Okay, so what can we do about it? First off, knowledge is power. Be aware of what you're sharing online. Maybe think twice before hitting that post button. Utilize privacy settings on social media and consider apps that prioritize your security. Advocacy is also a key push for more robust privacy laws that protect us from invasive data collection. The more we educate ourselves and advocate for change, the better we'll protect our thoughts and feelings in this whirlwind of technology. Let's not forget, we have a voice, and it matters. To wrap things up, we've peeled back the curtain on the mind-boggling world of thought harvesting, and it's a lot to take in. From the NSA's surveillance practices to corporations cashing in on our private data, it's clear that our thoughts aren't as private as we might have hoped. But we have the power to reclaim that privacy through awareness and action. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this topic? Let's discuss it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on issues that matter to all of us. See you next time.